Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be about one of my most favorite makeup genres ever. If y'all have been with me for a while, then you've probably noticed that I really enjoy a very sparkly or glittery / shimmery eye look, but I don't really like dealing with loose glitter. I'm sure if you guys have ever crafted with glitter or just used glitter, they say glitter is basically the STD makeup or crafts because it's everywhere, it never goes away. But luckily within all the makeup products that are available, there are some kind of one and done glitter products. That way we can still get the pretty factor of glitter, but not have to worry about the crazy fallout mess. None of us have time for that, and I'm sure none of us really want to deal with it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the glittery goodness. First up, I have the 𝗟𝗚𝗏 Glitter and Glows. I freaking love these things. I'm pretty sure I've referenced this video 8 million times now because anytime I wear these shadows, I always get questions on what I have in my eyes. So if you guys would like to see a review and demo of the first batch of colors that came out, I think maybe I did 8 to 10 of them. Since then, they've released a ton more. But here are the top 6 that I highly recommend, and I just feel like I cannot live without. If I had to narrow it down to 2, I think I probably could do that. And those 2 would be 𝗏𝗏𝐾𝐼𝐾 and then, whoa, Diamond Dust. That's actually the 2 that I have on my lids right now. But underneath them, what is happening with my lashes? The inner corners are getting side panned on me. Come on. Get it together. This eye has been watering all day though. The pollen right now is driving me insane. Okay, back to these. You can definitely wear them on their own, or you can just do one shade and you can build up the opacity. You don't have to use any sort of glitter base or stick down adhesive or anything, which is really nice. You just apply it right onto your lid. Just in case you've never seen that before, they just come with this really nice fuzzy doe foot applicator. My favorite way is to actually kind of pat it on. I don't really like to glide it on. You can, but I feel like I get a better finish whenever I just kind of go in, tap it on, and then I'll get a piece of paper or a fan, let it dry down, and then I'll go in with a second layer. Honestly, after one layer, there's plenty of glitter, but if you're wanting just an extra oomph, disco ball eyelids, you can definitely go in with 2. These 2 are just my must-haves. I was really kind of surprised with Diamond Dust because I typically stick with more shades like this, kind of champagnes and golds and bronzes, but Diamond Dust has so many flecks of different dimensional micro glitter. You have some blue, gold, purple. So whatever shadow you're wearing underneath, it really kind of just intensifies the look of that. So the actual eyeshadow that I'm wearing on my lid is ColourPop Vivacious. I love that shade. The single pans of ColourPop I think are either $5 or $6. If you guys would like to see a must-have for ColourPop single shadows, definitely let me know down below. I live for some ColourPop. I love their products. But those 2 are total must-haves. Some of my other favorites are Bronze Belle, Rose Gold Retro, Smoky Storm, and then I dropped it, but it's either Golden Goddess or Gold Goddess. I believe these are in the $20-something range, but I know Sephora does offer some mini sets. I'm not sure if there's one available with 𝗏𝗏𝐾𝐼𝐾 and Diamond Dust. I'll definitely take a look on the site and link it below if I can find a kit, but y'all, these are so good. Okay, moving on, we have the Touch in Sol Metalist Liquid Foil and Glitter Shadow Duos. These were really big, maybe a year or 2 ago. In fact, recently I saw that they released a cream shadow palette. I'm really wanting to try that out. But here I have 3 shades. We have, I always forget where the name is, number 2, Eldora, Margaret, and then Talia. My only complaint with these are if you're wearing really bold strip lashes, I feel like I have to go in after with a spoolie because I will notice a little bit of fallout. Some of the pigments in several of these shades can be a little bit chunkier, but the effect that you get from them, it's just stunning. It just looks like liquid molten metal on your eyelids. It is so, so pretty. Let me know down below if you've had a chance to try the cream shadow palette. I've been really curious about it. There's a gorgeous, really rich cranberry copper in there. I love those kind of shades. I know typically those are more fall and winter, but any type of warm raspberry, I'll wear that all year round. Okay, next up I think this is really my only loose product here. So this is a product where you would have to go in with either a glitter glue or some sort of tacky base. Some of my favorites are the NYX glitter glue. This is a great drugstore option. We have the Too Faced glitter glue, but I think my absolute favorite, just because it glides on the lid so smoothly, this Violet Voss one has a doe foot applicator, so you can just pat it right on. But this formula is just super, super thin thin and liquidy, so I always get a really nice even layer. I don't notice any like chunkier pieces of like pigment or glitter on my lids, so out of those three, this is probably the one that I use the most. Whenever I'm using these inkblot pigments, I'll go in with one of those. These two are my absolute favorite shades. I have a couple of more, but these were the two that I really wanted to mention. Specifically 119, this one is stunning. This is another one where in like some lights you kind of get like a light silvery champagne and then a pink and then kind of a lavender hue. It is so, so pretty. And then 118 is more of like a white pearly gold. These aren't super messy. While they are a loose product, it's not like glitter where you open it and it just flakes everywhere. My only complaint is that these do not come with a built-in sifter. I kind of wished it did, but if you really look up close, they do have a little bit of a thicker texture compared to something like the MAC Pigments or Makeup Geek. Shoot, I have a Makeup Geek pigment that I meant to put in here as well. I purchased mine from Macy's. I'm sure there's other places. I know Inkblot has an actual site that you can order from, but if you have a Macy's nearby with an Inkblot counter, that's a great place to go. That way you can really swatch them and see them all in person, because the online swatches honestly don't do them justice. In person, just like the dimension they give, oh, I love them so much. If you have brown or hazel eyes, 119 would look amazing. I swear this color pulls out like any flecks of green or honey that I have in my eyes, especially if you had really, really dark brown eyes. This shade would be so pretty on you. Okay, moving on to some more affordable options. If you guys watched my Instagram stories, whenever I did my declutter or my ColourPop collection, I did like swatches of, I think over, be quiet phone. I think it was like over 100 different ColourPop shadows. Definitely check that video out. I'll go ahead and link it here. But my addiction for ColourPop Super Shock shadows is unreal. But these are three that I know I can always go for if I'm looking for a really glittery lid. I think out of these three though, Summer Lovin' is my favorite. This was actually limited edition in a tie-dye collection, but then they brought it back for the permanent collection, which I'm so happy about because this is a must-have for me. I actually have two backups because I love them that much, but the actual base is kind of like a pinky rose gold, and then there's just these like swirls of kind of like a silvery pearly iridescent shine. Now, unlike the like Stylo ones, you don't have actual flecks of glitter. It's just more of a super nice like shimmery sheen. Now, if you're more of a cool tone fan, another favorite of mine is Meow. I really hope this is still permanent because I know it launched whenever they do like the No Kill Shelter LA collabs, but I'm pretty sure this one is still available. This one is kind of like a gunmetal, lavender, pearl. It's just another one of those that kind of has that tie-dye effect. So it's just a swirl of colors depending on where you put your finger. This one just has like the tiniest flecks of micro shimmer in there. So like in one light, you'll have more of like a baby blue lavender. And then when you shift it more towards the light, you see more of these like silver bits. I can honestly go on and on about ColourPop Super Shock shadows, but I wanted to go with the three that I know I can always reach for. This last one is Revolution. And this is another one that definitely has like more pink to it, but then sometimes you get a slight lavender shift. Y'all, those ColourPop ones are so good, and those are only $5 a piece, so you definitely can't miss out on those. Okay, moving on to another formula that is very similar to ColourPop. This is actually a Korean brand. It's the 𝗬𝗚𝗏, I know I say it wrong every time. 𝗬𝗚𝗏, I'm not sure. I'll go ahead and link the products down below though. If you have an H Mart or one of these freestanding stores nearby, you can find these. These are the Shine Fix Eyes. I have one in the shade number 22, it's Cinnamon Rose, and then number 3, Coconut Bay. Coconut Bay is my jam. These are like a hybrid of the ColourPop Super Shock shadows and then the L'Oreal Infallible shadows. I feel like I've said that same phrase on my channel so many times, but it's because I talk about these a lot because they're that good. So they're not quite as squishy as the ColourPop ones, but they're not quite as firm as the L'Oreal Infallible shadows either. The only reason I'm not mentioning those in here is because a lot of my favorites from that collection were limited edition, like Strawberry Blonde, that was a springtime shade like years ago. I know that within the permanent collection, Amber Rush is my favorite, but I actually broke mine. It was just time to get rid of it. Honestly, when I swatch those, they look very, very similar. One is more gold and one is more kind of like pink, but on your lids, they definitely look different. These you can wear completely on their own, or once again, like all these other shadows, you can use them as a topper just to have even more glitz and glamour on your lids. You have the Anastasia Soft Glam palette and you're looking for a product just to add a little bit more like glitter to your look. This would be a great option just because it's like metallic goodness without having messy like chunks and pieces of glitter on your lids. These I actually just mentioned in my March favorites, and it was these two exact shades. I have an entire drawer full of them. They're the Urban Decay Heavy Metal Glitter Eyeliners. Now, I know they say eyeliner. I never really use it as an eyeliner. I will just use an applicator and just gently like kind of tap little beep pops on my lids. And this is another product where it's all kind of built in, so you're not having to go in with an additional glitter glue, which is really nice. But these two are must-haves for me. I have Catcall and then Grind. If you guys link up here and watch my March favorites video, I had Grind on my lids. This kind of has like a sheer pearly pink iridescent base. There's tons of different shades of micro glitter, purple, pink, blue, I mean just everything in there. So this, when it hits the light, is amazing. But Catcall goes perfectly with the Modern Renaissance palette. So whenever you use that palette and you're just like, oh, I wish I just had a little bit of extra something, this is a great one. It is so, so pretty. Whether you're wearing like a purple, pink, or red type of shadow, this one looks stunning. All right, the very two final products I have here are both from Dose of Colors. These are the Ideal Duos. I have one in the shade Shell and then one in Sunset. So what I love about these is that it's another kind of, not quite one and done, but one and done when it comes into the actual product itself, because on the top you have like a cream shadow, I think they call it the primer. So this is your tacky base, and then right below it you have a sifter with the coordinating loose pigment. So I love both of these. They're really easy to use. On days where I know I'm going to be wearing this look for a long time though, I do still like to kind of really secure it with some sort of glitter glue. But even if you just use a primer, you're still pretty good to go. But if you live somewhere humid, I would recommend going in with like this extra security blanket. That way you know it's not going anywhere. But just like all these other products, I'm sure I've said gorgeous, stunning, so pretty, glittery a million times, but I mean, that's really the only way to describe these. They're just magical. I love them so, so much. So yeah, anytime you've caught one of my videos and you're like, dang, what is she wearing on her eyes? It was most likely one of these, because these are just my go-tos. They never let me down. They're just so pretty and they make me happy, and I just love anything sparkly and glittery. After watching this video, if you're like, wow, she's really missing out on this, or I have this shadow that I think is amazing, definitely let me know down below. Share with the class, because we all want to be having like fleeky type of eyelids. I hate that I said that. I hate that word. I hate fleek. I hate bae. I hate hunty. I'll punch myself for you, because yeah, like gross. All right, so that is it for this video. I really hope you guys found it helpful. If you did, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. I would really appreciate it. And if you guys haven't subscribed already, girl, what you doing? Definitely join the fam. I would love to have you. Also, I will have my socials linked down below. I always love messaging y'all and talking to y'all on my stories on Instagram, on Twitter. So yeah, I think I've talked enough. That's it for this one. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.